Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. I just launched a whole bunch of new glitter cardstock, so I wanted to jump on here and talk about it. And let's chat about the cardstock. Also, we are going to craft together. We are going to make a Lisa Frank inspired cake topper because all of these new cardstocks that I just launched remind me of Lisa Frank. It really, truly does. Reminds me of Lisa Frank, so we're going to make a Lisa Frank themed cake topper using only glitter cardstock today. I'm super excited about this. I'm going to wait a second just to have people join in and come on in so we can craft together. So all of these cardstocks just launched yesterday. They just launched yesterday, and I want to note that all of my cardstocks in my entire cardstock warehouse, all 10 packs are $5. So you're going to want to pick up some cardstock. Hold on one second. Let's just have other people join in. Let me know if you're here. I want to see your comments. I want to see all of them. When you're joining in, just say hi. Okay, first and foremost, let's chat about the new glitter cardstocks that just launched in my cardstock warehouse. We have a bunch of them. Actually, this black, I'm going to move this black away because that didn't launch. That was one of our best sellers. However, all of these is what we launched, and the black we are going to use for our cake topper that we're going to make because Lisa Frank does have a hint of the black, right? Okay, so the cardstocks that we have neon pink, hot pink, neon orange, neon yellow, lime green, bright blue, grape purple, and magenta. And these are perfect for the summertime. Great neon colors for summer. And now that I have them all lined up, they remind me of Lisa Frank, which is why I'm going to add in this black, and we are going to create a cake topper together. We're going to create a cake topper together using all of these new colors. It's going to be fabulous. I'm going to show you from start to finish how we do this and how we find fonts online. Hi, Debbie. Welcome. How we find fonts online and how we download them onto Cricut Design Space. I'm going to get a font from Creative Fabrica and also another free font found at dafont.com. We're going to download it together, and then we're going to create this cake topper together from start to finish. So we're going to start here at the new cardstocks, and then we'll go to the computer and start doing a little design work. So the very first thing I want to talk about is just this zero shedding cardstock. I know I've already told you the beautiful colors, but let's just go through it one more time just so you know. Also, mind you, all of my glitter cardstocks, or actually all of my cardstocks found in my cardstock warehouse, are on sale for $5 for a 10-pack. Generally, this $5 sale only happens on Black Friday, but because in the last month, we have launched 14 new colors, 7 plain cardstocks, 7 glitter cardstocks. So because we've launched so many colors, I just decided that we should do another $5 sale. So for the first time in Celebration Warehouse history, we are doing 2 $5 sales this year. So going over the brand new glitter colors that just launched, we have hot pink, neon orange, neon yellow, neon or lime green, bright blue, grape purple, magenta pink. And then I also pulled some of my glitter cardstock in black because we are going to use this to create our cake topper today. The one great thing I absolutely love about my cardstock, my glitter cardstock, is that it is shed free. So we are going to be able to rub this, cut this, do everything, and we're never going to have any glitter on our hands or on our mats, on our Cricuts, all of that. We're not going to have any glitter, which is absolutely amazing. This is the reason why I love it so much. Okay, so why don't we head over to the computer? We're going to download the fonts first for what we need, because that is, we're going to have to restart Cricut Design Space and do all that. So let's go to your internet browser first and foremost, just so we can get the fonts downloaded. Okay. Okay, so first we just open up a blank window in Cricut Design Space. You do not have to do this because we're going to close out of that here in a second. So don't worry about opening up a brand new one. But what you want to do is open up your internet browser. And there is going to be 2 fonts that we're going to use today. The first font that I have, I just found at dafont.com. And I'm going to show you how you can find fonts. Like this does scream Lisa Frank, right? I mean, it's a retro Frankie font is what it's called. And it does look like a Lisa Frank font. Now, the tip that I always like to tell people about looking for fonts, like if you're not looking for a Lisa Frank font, but you're looking for like a SpongeBob font, you would just open up a new internet browser and you would do SpongeBob font. And then generally, like you can see, I've actually already clicked on it before because you can see that they do pop up. So let's go to dafont.com. It is free fonts. Dafont is going to be my first favorite thing to go. Most of the time what happens is you click on it and all of a sudden you get this. And this right here looks exactly like the SpongeBob font. So I always like to just utilize our Google search and we are just going to look for our fonts. So this is essentially what I did for the Lisa Frank font. So you want to do the same thing, and or you, since we're here, all you need to do is go to dafont.com and just search up Frankie, and this should pop up for you. If it doesn't, then let me know and I'll link it in the video description when I'm done recording this. Your screen went black. Oh no. Let me see. Hold on. I'm so glad that I decided to look. I am so sorry, y'all. Hold on. I am going screen capture and let's hide that and we'll go here. Am I back? I think I'm back, right? You know, me and technology, I do have to tell you, me and technology are not friends. Just want you to know. So, am I back? Hopefully I'm back. It looks on my screen that it is. Okay, yes. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to go back through the entire spiel again just because you couldn't see what I was doing. So I'm going to go back. We're going to go back to what I was doing. So, and I just want to let you know, I did test this out before even hopping on this live, but you know, technology for me is just obviously difficult. Okay, so when you are looking for brand new fonts, let's go back over here. So looking for brand new fonts, I always just go into a new internet browser. So we're just going to search up, and like I was saying before, let's do like SpongeBob font. And the first couple ones that pop up are generally what I like to use. However, I would say that dafont.com is my favorite, my absolute favorite website to go to look for free fonts. So all dafont.com's fonts are free. They're made by other creators. And what I do want to say here is most of the time you don't get like, you can't use these fonts to like make items to sell items type deal, or like personal use only. So you do have to keep that in mind because you're not buying the rights, you're downloading them for free. But this Krabby Patty font clearly is a, you know, it screams SpongeBob to me. So I did the same thing when I was doing the Lisa Frank font, and this right here looks exactly like the Lisa Frank font. So if you go to dafont.com, you're going to want to put in Frankie and press search, and this is what's going to pop up. Now, it's probably not going to say Lisa Frank, but it will, like if you are looking for this font right here. Let me check back. Everyone there? Did you all find the font? Let me know. Okay, the very next thing you're going to want to do, and this is where I talk a lot about Creative Fabrica because I absolutely stinking love Creative Fabrica. I pay for the membership, but I want to get a leopard. I want to get a leopard font. Why? Because Lisa Frank is leopard, and we're going to use the black glitter cardstock to do the leopard font. So I'm going to download this. Now, if you don't want to download this, that's fine. If you don't pay for a you know, Creative Fabrica, don't. If you don't want to. I love Creative Fabrica. I just want to let you know. But like, if you're trying to do this budget friendly, then just go back to the dafont.com, and all you would need to do is just search up like leopard, and oh, something didn't pop up there. So how about cheetah? Oops, and I totally didn't even spell cheetah correct. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, and there's a cheetah font right here. So if you look up cheetah and there's a cheetah font, it looks like kind of like the one that I'm going to be using. Download that. The same process that we're going to do to get our fonts into Creative Fabric or into Cricut Design Space, you're going to do that. So very first thing you want to do is download your fonts. So we're going to download this one from Creative Fabrica. It's called Leo font. And then we're just going to press download, and it's going to go into your downloads folder. We've already found the Frankie font, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come over here to the right and press download. And I would like to know, I am a very, very, very fast talker. So if I'm going way too fast for you, let me know, because I'm a very fast talker. Okay, so now what you want to do, now that we have them both downloaded, what you want to do is go into your downloads folder, and we want to click on one of these OTF, TTF. I just want to note here, I am not a professional graphic designer. So the difference between the two, I have no idea. I don't know what the difference is between the two. I just click one and I press install. That's it. That's all I do. There's no rhyme or reason of what I do. I just do it. And then we're going to go back in, and we're going to go into the second one, doing the same thing. I don't know which one to pick. I just pick one, and then I just press install. So we want to install those into our computer. That's how we just installed them into our computer. So the very next thing you want to do is if you already have Cricut Design Space opened, I don't think that you're going to be able, oh, here. So at the very bottom of my screen in my docking station, you can see that Cricut Design Space is opened, but there's like a white line. If we were to open up Cricut Design Space like this and just exit out of that, and let's just quit it, you're going to see that the white dot at the very bottom is still there. That means that we didn't technically cut out Cricut Design Space altogether. Like, we didn't exit out altogether. So what you want to do is right click on Cricut Design Space, and you want to do quit. When you do that, you're going to see that it went away. That's perfect. So I'm going to drag you up just a little bit. Okay, so now what you want to do, now that it's all closed in, what you want to do now is click on Cricut Design Space, and it's going to load up for you. Okay, when you're back into Cricut Design Space, hold on, let me make this smaller. Okay, so when you're back into Cricut Design Space, what you want to do now is just go over into New Project. Okay, are we crafting along? Am I going too fast? What is everything? Are you moving along with me? You let me know. Let's see here. I have a Creative Fabrica membership and I love it. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you love Creative Fabrica. I absolutely love Creative Fabrica. Am I still black for you? Please let me know. Because you know, technology is not my friend. It looks good on my screen. It might not be for you, and I just want to verify before I continue. Keep going. Okay, you're good. Thank you, Patty. You are a rock star. Okay, so we are going to go into Cricut Design Space now. And let's do the very first thing that we want to do for our cake topper, and that is I am going to do happy birthday in the cheetah print. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into text, and I am just going to put in happy birthday. You can do it any way you want. All the steps that I do today, if you're not wanting to do happy birthday and you want to do a name, do a name. All the steps that I do, you can do with all your own wording. So I am just going to make this bigger so we can see what we're doing. We're going to resize this at the very end. Then what I want to do is come up here into font, click on that, and I am going to go to system font. System font is your downloaded fonts that you download onto your computer. So the two fonts that we did we downloaded them, right? So we want to keep them. We want to be over here in the system. So the very first thing is the font that I downloaded earlier for the leopard print was called Leopard. So I'm going to search up Leopard and press return. And there it is. Isn't she so cute? I think she's going to be delicious. And she is. Look at that. I love it. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so we can fill up our screen just a little bit. Let me check the comments real quick. Okay, everything looks good. So if you're following along now at this point, what you want to do is you want to go up here into advanced, and we are going to ungroup the letters, and we're going to click out of that. Okay, so at this point, right now, if you were to cut this out, every single one of your letters is going to be an individual letter, and that is going to be a pain in the rear end to cut later and to try and assemble, because everything is just going to be free flowing, and we don't want it to be free flowing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the very right. You can start at the very left if you wanted to, and all you want to do is click on your very right letter, and we are just going to use our keyboard, and we are going to move it over to the left a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to connect the Y and the P. So you can see right here at the join, like right here in this little rectangle, they are now going to be connected, which is going to be one full cutout. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to select the P and the Y, and I'm going to use my keyboards, and I'm going to go to the left a little bit, and I'm going to make sure that now the two P's connect. So you can see over here in this rectangle, now the P's are connecting, and the Y is still connecting over there with the P. Perfect. Okay, we are going to select now the three letters, and we are going to move to the left. If you were doing this the other direction, you would just move all your letters to the other direction. I do also would like to note here, the reason why I'm using my keyboard to move over my letters while it's a little bit longer to do, the process is a little bit longer. I like using my keyboard because all of my letters stay on the same line. I'm not going to have to adjust where they are. It maybe takes a little bit longer, but you know, when you move it with your mouse, you could have a tendency to like bump it up a little bit, and I don't want to do that. So now that my A and P are stuck together, I'm going to select my A, P, P, Y, and move it over left. It's kind of like a dance. We're going to move it over. Okay, looks good. It's so cute, and it's turning out so cute. This right here is turning out absolutely fabulous. Okay, so now that I have all of these connected, I'm going to leave it alone for right now. And I'm going to go down here in birthday, and I'm going to do the same thing as I did before in happy. So we're just going to move on real quick because it's the same keyboard things that we're doing for happy. So if you're able to figure out happy, you're going to be able to figure out birthday. So I'm just clicking everything, shift, and you can see that I'm not clicking and dragging. So now that I have H-D-A-Y clicked, I'm going to press shift on my keyboard, and I'm going to click the T, and then I'm going to drag it over with my keyboard. And we're just going to keep on going. Now, let's not forget about our good little dotty friend of the eye. So many people forget about the dot in the eye and let it just hang and fall out, and then it just looks super strange in my eyes. Don't make your thing look strange to me. You know what I mean? Okay. So now that I have it all connected, every single one of my letters is connected some way, somehow. I like it. Maybe I could do a little bit more with the A. What you want to make sure is just that everything's connected. We don't want to have, hello, is Cricut Design Space being weird? There we go. We don't want our letters to be missing at the end of this. Okay, so before I do anything more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select line 1 on I'm going to select line 2, which is birthday. I'm going to Command G, which is group. Or if you don't want to do keyboard shortcuts, all you have to do is right click and you can press group or ungroup. And then you want to go to the very top and you want to Command G and group. So these two are grouped lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up birthday to happy. And I'm just going to eyeball this for right now. All right, it looks good to me. So before I do anything more, what I'm going to do is select both lines, and I'm just going to come up here to align and then center horizontally. You can see that for me, I did kind of a good job at you know, like centering this, but happy birthday or happy did shift a little bit. Now, for sure, happy is centered onto birthday. I am a stickler for things to be centered, so I want to make sure that it is good and centered and looking good. Does anyone have any questions right now? Do we have any questions about what I'm doing? Okay, I don't see any questions, so we are going to move right along. We are moving and grooving. Okay, so now what I want to do is I am going to, because right now we only have the black of the leopard, and I want every single color to be its own individual color. Does that make sense? I want the backer of H to be like my hot pink, and the back of the A to be the neon orange. So right now we only have like the leopard portion of it, okay? So we are going to select this. We're not going to do any resizing. We are just going to select all, and we are going to copy and paste. And we're going to do one more, copy and paste. Okay? So we have 2 right here. Yeah? So you should have 3 copies. We're not going to touch this top copy. That's going to be like our starting point. So if we have issues here when we get to welding and stuff like that, we're going to leave that here just so we don't have to go to the very beginning, because that would be a pain in the butt. So going back into happy, all you want to do is right click and press ungroup, or you can press with birthday command Shift and G, and that will ungroup it. And you want to do the same for the 3rd copy right here. Okay, so how to get the backer of your letters to be a full color, because if we come over here and we click on the H, you're going to see that this contour button is still grayed out. So how in the world do we make it to where we can edit all the, you know, the ins and outs of this? What you want to do is you want to take this H right here. We're going to click Shift, and we are going to take this second H right here. Okay. Now what you want to do is come up here to align, and we want to align to the center. And let's just drag it over here to the right just so we can see what we're doing. Now you have 2 H's here. There is going to be 2 H's on top of each other. What you're going to do is with them both selected, we're going to right click, we're going to come down to combined, and we are going to go to weld. When we do that, we click back on the H, and it is some sort of a miracle, but look what we have here, the contour button, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to press contour, and the quickest and easiest way to get all the insides taken out is we're going to come up down here to hide all contours. Now it's going to look really weird. One thing that I so wish, hopefully maybe Cricut is watching this, I so wish that Cricut would let us move this box, because right now it's really hard to see. Trust the process, just click out of this box. And do you see our full letter right here? That is going to be the pink. That's going to be our neon pink, or our hot pink. I keep calling it neon pink. I named the color and I keep calling it the wrong color. This right here is going to be our hot pink. Do we love it? Do we love it? Okay, so the very next thing is we got to do the same thing for everything else. So we're going to click on the A in the second duplicated copy, and we're going to press Shift on our keyboard. We're going to do the next A, and we're going to come up here to align and align to center. Well, you can just drag this over here for right now, and what you want to do is right click, press combined, and then weld. Whoop, here we go, weld. When you have that done, that cool little contour button is now open, which is perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we are going to click on the contour, and again, the easiest way to get rid of all these small little spots is we're just going to press hide all contour. However, when we did that, we hid the little cutout of our A right here, and I actually want to cut that out. So I'm going to click on that to reveal it, and then I'm just going to click out of it. Trust the process. So now you can see the A. If in fact this does not look exactly like what you want, you could just go back into the contour box and click and, you know, do all the things that you need to do to make it look like you want. Again, I wish Cricut would allow us to move that box around, just like you could move the like the font box, like when you put in your font box and you can move it around. I wish we could do the same for the contour box too. Okay, so now what you want to do is the same steps we've done for the A and the H. The same steps. We are going to take both of our letters. We are going to center them. We are going to then contour, and we are going to get rid of all of the spots. We don't want any of the spots. These are going to be our backers. Right now it kind of looks like a little crazy, right? But this is how we're going to get that cool Lisa Frank vibe. You know how Lisa Frank, when you look at like her logo, it has leopard on top and then like an ombre, what is that? An ombre rainbow. We're going to do the same thing, only a little bit different. Okay? Anyone have any questions? Let me know. I vote we change the name. Change the name to what? I vote we change the name. What are we changing the name to? Center, combine, and then weld. A lot of what we do here in Cricut Design Space is the same steps over and over and over again. Okay, so when I was at the eye, you can see that not only did like everything's gone on the inside, but also my dot for my eye. Remember, Ashley Falco loves to include that little dot for the eye. So I'm just going to reveal it, and now it's going to be two darker things, and then click out, and my eye looks exactly like it's supposed to. So this is design preference. The great thing about being a creator with your Cricut is you can make it look exactly like you want it to. So if you don't care for the dot of the eye, make it that way. I prefer the dots. There was this one time, somebody, when I was selling full-time on Etsy, someone was like, my daughter's name's like, let's say Brittany. Please include the dot of the eye. And I was like, whoa. Maybe that's a little bit too much there. But I was like, yeah, of course. She's like, some people don't include it. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I do. You have found a creator that does. Okay. So we are almost done. This is the longest part of the entire process. I promise. We're almost to creating. We are creating. We're almost to cutting and playing with cardstock. That's what we are almost doing. We're going to do a line in center, horizontal, and then we got weld. And so the other thing that I would like to note here is if you were using a different program, it doesn't matter the program. You would still have to do kind of the same steps depending on what program you're using. The alt text before you create it into like an technically right now these are clip arts, not editable text. So don't think that like this is a long way to make the Cricut work. It's not like that. You would have to do kind of similar steps to any software program that you use. Okay, so now that I have all of my background text, the color that I want it to be, what I'm going to do, now that I have all my background text no longer in leopard print form, what I'm going to do is select everything that's supposed to be a color, and I'm just going to arrange this to the back. The reason why is because when you were editing all of this, they were all being brought up to the very front. So when we go and put this like right here, they were going to be above your cheetah print, and you don't want that. Or at least I don't want it, because I want to see what I'm making. Okay, so for H, I want that to be my hot pink color. So I'm going to come up here into this charcoal swatch, and I'm going to make this just a pink. It doesn't really matter. If you are particular and you want this to be perfect to your colors that you're using, like let's say this one, we're going to do orange. You can come up here, back up into the charcoal color, and we could do orange. Now that doesn't match necessarily the neon orange. So you can come down here into advanced, and then you can just play around the colors. That's like if you wanted to be particular. It doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't change or it's not going to make the project turn out better. Do you see what I'm saying? So it really doesn't matter too much what colors you are going to use. So if you're a beginner Cricut crafter, right? I didn't even do my rainbow correct. I was just like, what? Okay, there we go. I was looking at that going, that's not right, because it's not red, orange, yellow, green. Sometimes I can't talk and do things at the same time, clearly. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Okay, we got, and then we need purple, and then I have another, I think I'm going to save the magenta pink for the name that we're going to do. So we're going to just do purple for this one. Okay. And just like with any other rainbow, we are going to start at square one. So let's do pink and orange. And this one is going to be a yellow and green. And we got this one is blue. I had to think, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Okay, we're good. See, this is why I can't talk and do things at the same time, because I just can't. My brain only functions at one rate, apparently. Okay, we're gonna go, and I love Lisa Frank. Me too. I love Lisa Frank. Neon colors. Oh, I vote to change the name Neon Pink, right? I probably am going to, just because, holy cow, I keep calling it the wrong name. Okay, so now that we have this done, essentially, this is what I'm going to make it like a 3-layer cake topper. So we got happy birthday, and we want to add a name, and the name I want to use that Lisa Frank name. So let's come over here into text, and I don't have a birthday coming up. No, whose birthday do I have coming up? I don't know anyone's birthday that's coming up in the summertime. We only have fall and spring birthdays. Let's just do Lisa. Let's just do Lisa Frank. I mean, we're making a Lisa Frank cake topper. Let's just do Lisa Frank. Okay, we're going to go up into font. And this time we downloaded the font Frankie, remember? So we're going to search up Frankie. And there it is right here. So I'm just going to click on it. There's Lisa Frank. Cute. Should we do Lisa Frank, or should we just do Lisa? Should we do Lisa Frank, or should we just do Lisa? I need to know. Oh, we'll do Sandy. I just saw her name popped up. Sandee. That's what I'm going to do. Sandee. I'm going to do Sandy because she said do my name. Of course. I'm going to do it. Okay, just like what we did. Oops. Let's move this down just a little bit so it doesn't get cut off. Okay, so just like what we did earlier when we centered everything, I'm going to do the same thing with your name, Sandy. So I'm going to click on the name, Sandy. I'm also going to click on the other grouped leopard print things, and I'm just going to align this to the center. And you see how Sandy's name just shifted just a little bit? That's exactly what we wanted. However, you know what? I went too fast. My brain went too fast, because now I see that the S in Sandy is not connected to all the rest of the letters. That is a problem. So what we need to do is come back up here into advanced, and we want to ungroup the letters. And instead of moving from the right to the left, I'm just going to take Sandy's S and I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit. Just like that. Now the S is connected to everything else. That is perfect. That's exactly what you wanted. So we're going to select all of Sandy's name, and we are going to right click, and we are going to combine and then weld. We are going to weld this together. So this is going to be one welded piece. Okay. Now, because we moved this around a little bit, what I want to do is go back to what I did earlier, which is we are going to select Sandy's name and also our grouped cheetah letters, and we are going to align this to the center. And you can see Sandy's name shifted a little bit. That's okay, because we want to make sure that everything is centered. I personally am a stickler for things not being centered. Okay, and for Sandy's name, I want it to be my magenta pink. So what I'm going to do is come up here into this charcoal box, just like what we've did for everything else. And I'm going to change this over into a magenta pink color. This is just to remind me when we go to cut this that we are going to be using magenta pink. Okay, before we do anything else, we want to resize this to the size that we want. Anytime I am working on a cake topper, I always just go with the cake. Like if your cake size is 8 inches, I would do a 7.5 inch cake. I have been making cake toppers since 2011. There is not a standard cake size. I would say that if you are making one to sell, 6 inches is like about like a decent size, but you know, it just depends on you know, the size cake. So if you're using like a sheet cake, obviously sheet cakes are way longer. You would want to make that like bigger, you know, so it fills up the cake. You don't want like a small little cake topper for like a big cake, right? But you also don't want a big cake topper for a small cake. So you always want to make sure that we size this to the size that we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything that's in the cake topper. Right now it's set to 11.67 inches, and I'm just going to do a 7-inch cake wide cake topper. So Sandy, I am going to mail this to you, and you're not allowed to have a sheet cake for your birthday. I'm going to mail this finished cake topper to you. So when you get it, you're only allowed to give yourself an 8-inch cake, okay? Just know that. All right, so we want to zoom on in, and I'm going to just bring this up to the very top. Okay, we have to do 2 more steps before we even get to the cut process. So what you want to do is selecting happy and birthday, the grouped things. And what we want to do is we want to right click and we want to combine and then weld. So now what we just did is we connected all of these leopard letters. So when we cut this, everything is going to cut out in one thing, like one big huge thing, and there's not going to be like any weird overlays or anything like that. I did that in particular because we did overlap our letters a little bit. If you were to cut this out, it would it would look like individual letters, and I don't want the front portion of our letters to look individual. Now, when I move this over, you're going to see that everything on the back is an individual. That's perfect because that's going to give us our Lisa Frank rainbow vibe, right? Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to select happy birthday or welded happy birthday. We also want to select Sandy's name, and we want to copy and paste this. So Command C or Command V, or you could just right click and do copy and paste. Okay, we want to create some like more, I wouldn't say dimension, but we want to create some stability on our cake topper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have this still selected. I'm going to right click and I'm going to press combine and then weld. So at this point, what we want to do, because we have a whole lot of cutouts and we don't need them, this is going to be our backer to our cake topper. So clicking on our welded piece, we want to come down here to contour. And remember what we did with the leopard thing? We want to just hide all because it would take you forever to try and click on all these. So we just want to hide all contours. Now what I want to do is I want to click on these like larger cutouts because I want these to look like individual letters. And we're just going to go in like Sandy's name. I also want Sandy's name to be like its own cutout, to look like its own cutout. So we're just going to reveal all that. And inside all the letters. Okay, when you, oh, look, I missed an A. So we're going to click on that. We're going to reveal it. Okay, now it looks like I'm going to like the final result. So let's just click out of that. And you can see that all of my letters, you know, they pretty much look like they're supposed to. Yeah, sure, there's like the S is a little bit, you know, it's like take it away. That's okay. But what we're looking for is just like the inside portions of these cutouts, just so we have the full letters. Okay, now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to make this black. I want to make this black because I'm going to put this underneath everything else. And anytime you are making a cake topper, what you want to do is you want to hide the ugly. How you hide the ugly is we need to copy and paste this one more time. We need to take this one and we are going to flip this horizontal. Trust me, I will explain this after we get done cutting. But you want to hide the ugly. Hiding the ugly is taking your very back portion of your cake topper, making another copy, and reversing it. That's what you want to do. Trust me. Okay, and now we're done. This is it. Now what you want to do is you want to save this. Don't not save your work because Cricut is notorious for crashing. That is one thing that I do know it does often. So we want to make sure and save our work. And then we're going to press make. Because we are done with the design and now we get to cut. Are you hanging with me? Are you hanging with me? Okay, so now to save room on our, oh, what is going on here? Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, I thought that was like weird. But anyways, to save room and save on material, what I like to do is I like, when I'm in the cut room, the cut screen, is I like to move this around. So originally when we first loaded in, it said I was going to need pretty much a full sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. Look, I own the Cardstock company. Please do not waste on material. Yes, that would probably help me in selling, but for you as a crafter, you just want to make sure that we have, you know, we've nested our items together. So instead of using like a full sheet of 12 by 12, we're only going to use like 7 inches. You know what I mean? Let's move this over here. And can I look? Now we're going to use less than 7 inches. That's perfect. I like that. Okay. Now what we want to do is open up our Cricut. We want to open up our Cricut, and let's see here. I'm going to make myself smaller, and we're going to put myself down here just so we can see what we are doing. Okay, now what you want to do is pull your cardstocks. Pull your cardstocks, all of them. So for me, obviously, these are just launched, so you're not going to be able to use these neon colors. So you just want to pull out whatever cardstocks you're using. I love doing this because this is going to create more efficiency for us. So the very first mat in my Cricut, it's different for everyone depending on the colors that you use. Very first color for me is black, so I'm going to put the black. The next color is going to be the hot pink. Then we got orange, yellow. Oh, it actually followed rainbow order. I actually like that. So I actually didn't have to do much, but we just want to pull the cardstocks. If you had scrap paper, like scrap, now's the time to use your scraps. Because I haven't crafted with these yet, I don't have scraps. But if I did have scraps, I would be using scrap paper because a lot of this, you only need small bits of paper. So do that. Okay, what I always do is I stack them in order. And then I slide it underneath my Cricut. Okie dokie? Okay, then I thought I was prepared and then I wasn't because I didn't have a mat available. So now what you want to do, I use some dirty mat. It's cut up. These are actually 12 by 24 mats, Cricut mats that I cut in half. If you have the newer Cricuts, I'm using a Cricut Explore Air 2. If you're using the Cricut Maker 3 or the Explore Air 3, I believe that you cannot cut your 24-inch mats. I think the machines say that it doesn't recognize it. So what I always do is put it in the top left of my Cricut mats. You can use a brayer if your mat isn't very sticky. Mine's actually really sticky, so I did not have to do that. And you want to insert this into your Cricut. New colors. A lot of new colors. We have so many new colors. 7 new colors, and they are phenomenal. And I'm using them today for the first time with you. Okay, so now that we have our mat loaded into our Cricut, you want to press continue. And then it's going to, I'm connected via USB. When you are using my glitter cardstock, I always suggest turning your machine over to the Cardstock Plus mode. Okay, so you're going to, on your screen, it's going to say Cardstock Plus. Oh, yeah? Okay, there we go. Cardstock Plus. And I do not like a slow cutting machine. Ashley Falco does not like slow cutting machines. So I always like to press this fast cut mode. You will never catch me not using this fast cut mode. If it's available, I'm using it. Just know that. So then all you want to do is press the blinking C button, and we are going to let this cut. Okay, now that we have this going, right? This is going to take a minute to go. Because we've pulled all of our cardstock, you are going to be able to now pick the second one. You're going to see I have a second mat here. I always love having busy hands. If your hands aren't busy while you're cutting, that means you're wasting time on the actual crafting portion. The one thing you have to know about me is I'm always efficient with my time. So the next mat that's going to be cut for your Cricut is going to be light pink. Because we've already set that up underneath our Cricut, the very next color that I choose is going to be my hot pink. So I'm going to load this into my second Cricut mat. And this one isn't very sticky, so I am going to use my brayer to hold down my cardstock. You want to make sure and use a brayer because if you're going to see it, like, see how my mat's not sticking? But once I put the brayer on it, now there's some good stick to it. So the brayer does help keep your cardstock in place. While that goes, I'm just going to slide this underneath, and we are just going to keep cutting. Yes, cut glitter side up. I always cut all of my glitter side up. You do not have to cut this upside down. And actually, I frankly don't like, when people suggest that, I actually don't even like that recommendation, because when you put your glitter onto the sticky portion of your mat, if it's dirty or if you've like tried to do a re-sticking hack or anything like that, your glitter cardstock is going to look like that. It's going to look gunky, and that's not cute. So my glitter cardstock, because it's so amazing, you don't have to do glitter side down. You can do it glitter side up. It's going to cut fabulous. I promise. I promise. Oh my goodness. Oh, and just to remind you, if there's new people that's in here, I did launch 7 new colors. So the new colors that I have is neon pink, and then we have, hot pink, neon orange, neon yellow, lime green, bright blue, grape, and magenta pink. So you want to pick all of those up right now because they are all $5 a pack for a 10 pack. Sandy, since you are still here, can you please email me your address so I can send you this cake topper that I made for you? I'm so excited. I got to make someone a cake topper on the fly. I thought I was just going to do a random cake topper, and this actually is so fun. So fun. Liz, I've seen a couple of your videos and love how much info you provide on them. New subscriber. Welcome. Welcome to the crazy train. Sometimes people tell me that I over info things. I give too much info. But you know what? I never want you to be left wondering what in the world you should be doing. So I'm glad that you appreciate my talkiness. We made this cake topper really small though. This little, all these little, oh yeah. I actually really like the way that it's cutting. I tested my own cardstock out. Tested it out. Look at that. It's looking really good. You're gonna like really see how you can tell like how well my cardstock cuts by this small little leopard thing. If I can figure out the email address, Sandy, it's hi@ashleyfalco.com. Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-E, Falco, F-A-L-C-O. That's my email. hi@ashleyfalco.com. So just make sure and email me your address so I can send this to you when I'm done making it. Okay, so now, essentially, I didn't know you provided supplies for purchase. I'm checking it out right now after the video. Yes, all of my I actually own and operate a cardstock warehouse. So I know a lot of people do not even know this about me. It's like, oh, me? Yeah. Okay, so here is the deal. In 2020 and 2020, little backstory about me. I have been a full-time Etsy party decor maker since 2012, and I was purchasing my cardstock wholesale from a company called Darice. And in 2020, they were bought out by Michaels, and Michaels shut them down. And if being the business person that I am, I was going to be forced to purchase my cardstock back at craft store prices because Doris was the only wholesale company based out of the United States. And so when they went out of business, instead of raising prices, I wanted to just find cardstock for cheaper. So I went to a manufacturer. Well, the manufacturer said, you can't just buy, like 100 sheets of your cardstock. You have to buy thousands of it. And I was like, okay, well, I looked at my husband and I said, if this is the only wholesale company, I at that point only had 1,200 Instagram followers, and I know a lot of the girls over there, they're all in the same boat. Like we all buy from the same wholesale supplier. If they're going out of business, everyone else is going to be affected by that. And so he looked at me and he said, go right ahead, girl, you got it. So I spent our entire life savings on a whole bunch of cardstock, and that was in 2020. And we got our first shipment in November of 2020, and I sold out within a couple hours. It was insane. And it was 2 colors, purple and green, and I bought those with the anticipation of launching before Halloween, and they didn't come until November. So that was poor planning on my part, but I still sold out, which was great. So that is the story of me. Now my husband did work full-time for a corporate business, and now he works full-time for me. So he runs the cardstock shop. I am the creator behind the scenes. I get to do YouTube and create content and sell cardstock. It is so like my life is like, I would say it's a fairy tale. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But yes, I do sell cardstock. I have a cardstock warehouse. I do digital downloads. I can sell digital downloads. But my bread and butter, what feeds my family, is our cardstock. We live and breathe cardstock. My husband works for me full time, and we don't have another income. So this is it. Cardstock is it. On that note, just since I'm giving my spiel about who I am and what I do, all the cardstock is on sale. They're $5 a pack. We generally only do those for Thanksgiving, for Black Friday. But because we launched 14 colors within a month, I decided we needed to unpack our garage a little bit. So we're doing a $5 sale. And then what I always suggest to people, I feel like I'm a terrible business person, because what I'm going to tell you is as a budget crafter, which is who I am, I would stock up now when it's the cheapest we can sell the cardstock for us for $5. Stock up now, and then stock up in Black Friday, because that's going to be the next time that it happens. And we've never had a $5 sale outside of Black Friday. Like, we only do it one time a year, and because we have so much downstairs, you should see my garage. My garage is swimming with a whole bunch of cardstock. So because it's crazy downstairs, I decided to do a second $5 sale. Okay, this is almost done cutting. And then everything else is going to go real quick. Everything else is going to go really quick. The cheetah print was the hardest thing to print, and everything else should be really good. Okay, now that it's a little bit quieter, holy cow, and I don't have to scream at you. If this is a brand new piece of material and you don't know the cut settings, this works for anything. So listen up. If you're using a brand new material, before you eject this, very first thing, before you eject this, what you want to do is you want to check to see if your material cut. So for me, my material cut, right? I'm able to take this off of my mat, and we're not having any issues with it not cutting, okay? If you cut your material and you're not able to do this, what you need to do is you need to see how the machine is prompting you to eject this. Do not press that button. Don't press it. You're tempted, don't press it. Don't press the button. You want to come over here to the C, and you want to press the C again. So when you press the C again, what happens is the Cricut is going to suck your mat back in and do the same exact cut twice. So it's going to cut again. If it is cut, just like what I have here, you can eject it. But always check for your very first, if you're using a brand new material, you don't know what good cut settings were, blah, blah, blah. Always check first. Now it cut good for me, so I'm just going to eject. Liz, question, do you ever sell your cardstock with all the colors at one price? Might be a pain to do. New here, sorry. Okay, Liz, right now, what we have is we have all of our glitter cardstock in one listing. We do not have all of our plain cardstock in one listing. The reason for that is our stock for our plain cardstock isn't as much as our glitter cardstock. So we don't have that listed. But we do have all the glitter cardstocks. However, I need to update it. Don't go ahead and purchase that one because the pricing on that one, you're not going to get all the new colors that are on there. I need to go and fix that. I probably should do that now. I should probably stop what I'm doing and fix that, but I'm not going to. We're just going to keep on keeping on. So my glitter cardstock, yes. When I get done with this live, it will have all the glitter cardstocks. Okay. So this is a very, very, very sticky mat. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn this around. I love her glitter swatch books. Yes, grab the glitter swatch books. Those are going to be your best friend. I use them all the time. Okay, because this is a very sticky mat, I am just going to roll my mat away from my material. And this is like fragile. This is fragile. So you don't want to tear. Come on, I probably shouldn't have used such a sticky mat for this. Come on. I also don't want to get rid of like important little leopard prints, but okay. Come on. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere. I want to make sure that this looks great for Sandy. I don't want to rip this. Oh, come on. Come on. Had I been thinking a little bit about this, I probably wouldn't have used such a sticky mat to do this small little cake topper. But it's still coming out. It's just like a little bit slow moving. We got slow moves. This is like invigorating content. This is exactly what you wanted to see today, right? Me like slow move this. Oh my gosh. The last thing I want, if this rips, I'm going to start all over. I'm going to recut this. Hey Liz, how you purchase the swatch books? You could one two things at the very top right of my shop. There's a search field you can put in swatch, or under cardstock there is it's a place called samples. In the samples, you will have an option for two types of swatch books, one for glitter, one for plain, and both of those will have all of our swatches in there. So you can just do two things, either search it up, swatch book, or look under samples. Okay, we're almost done. Woo-woo! We're there. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. Okay. Woo! There we go. So now I'm going to peel out these little pieces right here. However, I am going to save this H. I'm going to put this off to the side because there's an important little cutout piece that's right there that I want. I want to keep that. It's going to look like not a leopard. We're going to make it look like a leopard here in a second. But this is the outline to the happy birthday. And it's going to be really small. Do you see that? I don't know any other glitter cardstock that can cut like this. But look at that finish. Thin, small. It doesn't look like much. I promise. Here in a second, it will look. Could you use HTV on the glitter cardstock? I've had issues with some cardstocks melting. So you can, and there's a lot of girls that I know that do use my glitter cardstock. I have seen crafters that do the glitter cardstock, HTV onto glitter cardstock, and they go ham. Like they go too much. Light, easy, like bloop, bloop, bloop. You don't need a whole lot of pressure or time to activate the glue for your glitter cardstock, so keep that in mind. all of my glitter cardstock, a lot of girls use HTV over the top. You just have to be very, they're like, bloop, very technical, bloop, just real quick and easy. And actually, hold on. This is HTV. I actually have this. This is a perfect example. So this is my light blue HTV, or light blue glitter cardstock and glitter white cardstock. And this is HTV. These letters are HTV. So none of my stuff melted onto the glitter cardstock. The reason for that is I went bloop, bloop. This is a full YouTube tutorial. So if you wanted to learn how to make this or to watch my technique of the blooping, I even bloop in that video. What you get from me is nothing professional. I try to be, but you know what? This is just who I am. So what I always tell myself when I'm crafting is bloop. So you want to bloop too. Is the $5 sale all for one color, or is it multiple colors of the glitter cardstock? So the $5 sale, what we sell is our glitter cardstock is 10 sheets in one pack, and it's not like a multi-pack. So all the packs of cardstock, the 10 packs, are all on sale for $5. The glitter cardstock we do sell in single sheets, and those are on sale, but the better price, or the better deal here, is to get them in the 10 pack. Maybe one day we'll offer multi-packs in like a 10 pack, but it's just the husband and I, and that kind of, it's a lot of work to do that. Okay, so what, for my second mat, you're going to see that I'm only cutting on, I know that it looks really weird, but my cuts are only going to come up here. I didn't scrape my mat because there is some important little things over here that I want to keep, because right now, this right here looks funky monkey, and we don't want it to look funky here in a bit. So I want to keep all of my little things. So we're going to finish cutting all of this. Let's just cut. Everything is cutting. No glitter on the mats, which is amazing. And you can sublimate on the white. Yes, the original white glitter cardstock you can sublimate on. And I have made my own glitter, like patterned glitter, because I know a lot of girls are like asking me for patterned glitter cardstock, and I don't like patterned cardstocks because I feel like there's not a whole lot to choose from, and frankly what I'm looking for you can't buy anyways. So I always tell people to make your own patterned glitter cardstock using my original white, because you can sublimate on top of it. I have a video on it, and I created some really, really good stuff on there. Okay, so you just want to keep cutting, keep going through. Oops, my paper's in there a little crooked. That's all right. And let's see, we're almost done cutting. We got 2 more sheets. The black took the longest because the cheetah takes the longest. But we only got this one. I'm going to load in the magenta. Look at this. Aren't these so cute? So cute. Oh my gosh. Did you see the shine that was going on right there? It's gone now, but the light was hitting it just right, and we were getting like diamond sparkles. Ugh. Oh, this new stuff is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous! It's been a long time since I saw some really, really pretty cardstocks, and holy cow, this stuff right here is fire! All right. Oh, which one? This mat. Okay, we're going to keep this mat. Yes. Okay, now we're just going to eject. We are done with the Cricut, so we're just going to pack this up and move this over to the side. We don't need it anymore. If you wanted to, you could just exit out of your Cricut. I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it up. Technically, you could just exit out and close it up, but, you know. All right. We are going to move Sandy's name off of the mat. Just like that. Okay. We are going to hold on to, I'm going to use this here in a second. Oops. Where is my stuff? Oh, I walked away from it. I was looking for my stuff and I walked away from it. Okay. So now what you want to do is start gluing. I'm going to be using my favorite glue of forever. This is my favorite glue. And it is Precision Craft Glue from Super Tight. The reason why I love this so much, first and foremost, I helped create this glue. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. But the second thing is it has the Precision Craft, the needle. The Barely Arts glue does not have a needle in it, and they sell it as like an add-on, which kind of annoys the crap out of me. So I love the fact that the needle is in the cap, so we can declog this. The glue is on the thicker side, so it is a little bit more sturdier. I did pick the strength of this, and it will glue. The glitter cardstock to glitter cardstock. So I have a question. I love that your glitter cardstock is cutting so easy. I have used several from Michaels and they have been a nightmare to cut. Yeah. Once you use my glitter cardstock, I'm telling you, you're going to be blown away because this right here is a Cricut Explorer 2. There's no bells and whistles to it and it cuts like amazing. What setting did I use? I used glitter cardstock plus mode, and then I did a fast cut mode. I always cut everything on fast cut mode. I know where I'm getting my next order of cardstock from. It's better be from me. I'm telling you, once you go back, once you use my cardstock, you'll never use another cardstock. The plain cardstock works amazing. The glitter cardstock is amazing. All of it is just amazing. Okay, for some reason, what are we doing here? We got a clog. I got a clog in my head. Why? This wasn't a very good example of why I love this glue so much. I love this glue so much. It's clogged. Okay, do you see that like big old ball that's right there? I just cleared that out. Gross. Okay, now we're back in business. My goodness gracious. I don't know what that was. It was weird. All right, we're going to assemble this back together. And we are going to put this back in. And now we're free blowing. Whew, that was stressful. Okay, the very first thing I want to do is I am going to move all this over. And this is our very back piece, the one that's reversed. Just set that to the side. We don't need that right now. We're going to start gluing stuff on top of here. This is going to be the front backer piece, right? Okay, because there's no offset or anything like that, what I'm going to do is peel out that little E in Sandy, is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to start filling up my letters. No rhyme or reason. You don't need a whole lot of glue if you're using this type of glue because the bond is really strong, plus the glue is really thick. What I do suggest though is keeping your glue towards the inside of your letters, so you can see I'm not moving to the very edge, left or right, up or down. The reason for that is because I don't want my glue to get on my table, and then it's going to get onto the front of your glitter, and then it's going to look like poo-poo. We don't want any of that, right? So we just want to just bloop, bloop, right in the middle. I'm going to leave Sandy's name alone just for right now. I'm just going to work on happy birthday. Now what you want to do is glue these down in the same order of which you did it on your Cricut. So for me, it was like rainbow order, right? So H, my A, red, nope, orange. See, I was getting ready to do not the right thing. So you all, if you need help referencing back on what design you had, you could look back at your Cricut, red, orange, yellow, or you can just remember. I have a hard time talking and doing at the same time. My brain apparently does not function like that. Okay, does that glue make your paper wrinkly? This is why I love this glue so much, because it does not. It does not. The glue is on the thicker side because it's low moisture. I helped create this glue, I just want you to know. And because I'm a cardstock crafter by trade, it was very important that we had no low moisture. So it's thicker because it's low moisture. And seriously, this stuff is just absolutely amazing. It's really amazing. Had some in my MGL Make-A-Thon box and loved it. I'm just now starting to do cardstock projects. Sandy, which is so funny because I'm the one, I brought those to MGL's studio. When I was recording with them in February, I brought them. I was like, hey, look, this is the cardstock glue that you need to be using. And I brought them all the cardstock, or all that glue. I think they had like 40. I brought so much. But, okay, so we're just gluing. This stuff too, low moisture, and it's very strong. So I am gluing glitter cardstock to glitter cardstock. And most of the time, the glue that you're going to be using won't do this because the glue isn't strong enough. It will start to peel your, it won't like hold your glitter to glitter. Oh, my dog just moved. He scared the crap out of me. I forgot he was up here. But because this stuff is like super strong, it will glue on top of glitter. Now I need that glue. Yes. Yes. This glue is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're almost done. Isn't this turning out so good? And if anyone knows me, they do know that I love a good rainbow. Love a good rainbow. I love rainbows. I love every color. My daughter is like, what's your favorite color? All the colors. All the colors are my favorite. Hey, big boy, what you do? What are you doing? I got an old man dog. He is getting old, and I think he's just having some memory issues or something. Okay, so here is the happy birthday. What I am going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put glue down the edge. Wait. We're going to go fine. You don't need to do a lot of glue. I don't sell the glue in my shop. I should. It's something that I have been talking to the hubs about, is selling the glue in my shop. I don't sell the glue in my shop, at least not yet. It's also not in the works, but you know, maybe in the future. What's the name of the glue again? I'll show you the bottle. Here you go. You can get it off Amazon. It's linked to my storefront. Get it on Amazon, or you can get it on their website. If you get it on their website, I can give you a discount code, and it's 15% off, which I think that makes it like way cheaper if you do it that way. He ships fast. The owner of the Super Tight Glue, this is the cardstock or the glue company. His name is Brian, and he's actually really nice. He was like an Olympian, a former Olympian, in like skiing or something. It's crazy. It's crazy the people that you meet in this world, you know? Never would have guessed, like I would have met someone who owns a glue company that was a former Olympian. I'm not quite sure if he medaled or not, but I know he did go to the Olympics. Okay, I have just a little bit of glue on all of my happy birthday, okay? Now I'm just gonna roll this over, and we are gonna line this up to all the letters. Now this glue does dry clear, which is exactly what I want, because I don't want weird funky glue lines and, you know, things, and I don't want my stuff to look weird. I am very particular about how my stuff looks. I want all of my stuff always to look very professional. You know when you like make a craft and sometimes you look at it and you're like, oof, that looks handmade or like homemade? I don't like stuff looking homemade. I want it to look professional. I think that's why I love doing what I do now, like as being a content creator, is that I can show you how to make all things professional looking. Okay. So I kind of am lined up pretty good. Looking good. Now what I'm going to do is with a clean hand, very clean hand, we are going to press down. Okay. And what we're doing now is we're bonding the glue together. And if you have like things that are not aligning, now's the time to move it around before it like fully glues. But now that we have it pushed down, you've bonded your paper together. Right now it looks really weird. Don't judge it, because we're going to fill it back in with some little pieces and stuff that are left on our mat. But now it looks really good. And then from the side, see how it's all laying flat? Oop, I probably need to add a little bit more glue into that A. So let's just add some more glue. A little bit, not a whole lot. You don't want a whole lot of glue. Oh, and you see how I have too much there? Because I used too much. With a clean hand, you just want to press down. Now your glue is like right there. Perfect. And there's no glue there. Looking good. Everything looks good. You just want to make sure that it's flat and glued on there. Pressing it down. Okay. Now you're going to see that our letters look like really weird. They don't look normal. So on our mat, we had like leftover dots and stuff. So I'm going to put like a little dot here. And I am going to use this. This is a silicone wax tip. You would generally use this if you were like doing a bling project. You would use this for that. I use it for paper, for cardstock projects. And all you do, like there's, do you see that? It looks like a little blip on the screen. It's so small. But we're just going to pick it up and I'm going to place it onto my piece. See, now it's right there. If you don't have one of these, and you have poster putty, this right here is poster putty. It's the same concept, only this is wax and this is not wax. So it kind of does leave a residue, so you have to be careful. But now what I'm going to do is going in onto my mat, I'm going to peel these smaller pieces up and I'm going to find the leftover spots that we are missing. And I'm going to glue them into my area, into my letters. So this was like into the B. I'm going to glue that into my B. And I need this. That is the inside portion of the B. So I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to pick it up and put it into my letter. Oops. Bloop. Come on. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, we're going to get the bottom portion of the B. And I'm just going to do a little bit of glue. Now this right here, we're going to poke that out. Oops. Come on. I don't have any nails. I cut my nails last night when I painted them. And so all my nails are gone. And bloop. Real technical here, right? We're blooping. We're picking up small little spots. You just want to make this look really good. Because I'm sending this to Sandy. I want to make sure that she is like fully happy with her cake topper. But see how this purple bee went from like looking really weird and naked like this R, and we just kind of filled it up with the spots, and now our bee looks like it's supposed to, nice and cute, you know? And I'm going to do the same with all the rest of the letters. Hello, what happened? Did I just lose? I did have a little thing right there and I lost it, but where did it go? Oh, it's right here. I'm like, where did that go? Come on. I'm probably not going to use all the spots that got cut, but we're going to use a good amount of them because I want to make sure that this looks like it screams Lisa Frank. You know what I mean? Looks good. That bee looks delicious. Perfect. Okay, let's go into the H. We're going to fill up the H with some spots. If I had nails, this would have been, I should have done this yesterday when I had nails, you know, because then it would have been easier to grab. But clearly I did not think my decisions through when I decided to cut my nails last night. Okay. We got so many small little pieces, it's insane. That's okay, it's gonna be worth it. You know, the other thing too is if you wanted to, I love using like HTV for projects. Something like this probably would have been good for an HTV. Like you could have cut all the HTV out and then just blooped it onto the cardstock. This would have been a good alternative for that. Yeah, we'll do this around. Okay, are we loving the way that this is turning out? Are we happy? I like it. How's it looking on the screen? Does it look good? Does it look delicious? And I'm just going to keep on keeping on. My goodness gracious. All these small little dots. I really wanted it to be a Lisa Frank cake topper. And look, I'm regretting all of my decisions because it's taking me forever. It's okay because it's going to turn out fabulous. Sometimes things that end up looking fabulous take the longest to do. Therapeutic, maybe. Man, I have therapy in an hour. I'm not trying to do more therapy. I don't want things to be therapeutic. Sandy, I'm so glad you say it looks amazing because this is yours. So that makes me feel good. All right, moving on to the next letter. I feel like there needs to be like a little dot right there. We'll come back to that. Do you hear that little like buzzing noise, or is that just me? The Cricut, when you don't like turn the Cricut all the way off, it has like a buzzing noise. Is that white noise? Okay, but did you know that there was other noises besides white noise? My son came home and said his teacher puts brown noise on. I'm like, what is brown noise? That looks good. Okay, but the R has an inside. We need to put that R in. All right, look at that. See, all these letters, they really do come alive when you put in these like small little details. And it goes a lot quicker too when you know what you're doing. Holy cannolis. Oh my gosh, didn't that art, that was a quick one. There's apparently green too, never knew. Yeah, so like what is up with, like what is that? Like what is brown noise? What is green noise? My daughter said maybe there's blue. I was like, is blue the ocean? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. News to me. I do have to say that I am somebody that absolutely needs some type of noise. Like I'm not someone that can be quiet. Like if it's too quiet, I like start crawling in my skin. Come on. That looks good. Oh, it's going so much quicker. I'm moving and grooving, but I'm not halfway through. Okay. Oh, let's do, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Oh, come on. Do you see how fast I'm moving? I feel like lightning speed. Am I going as fast as I feel like I'm going? Or is this like all an illusion to me? Or is it painfully slow? Brown noise is sounds generated by random movements. Like walking? Like walking noises? Can I be done now? Can I be done? I wish somebody else was here. They could do this. If you make this cake topper, just do it. Just do this green or the black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do it in glitter cardstock. Green is ambient noises that are found in nature. That's what, okay, so green, I was like, yeah, green to me sounds like that would be like birds chirping, a tree falling. Oh, where'd it go? I do have to say, having this like little picker-upper tool does definitely help. It makes the process go a lot quicker. I know people use tweezers, but like, I find that the tweezers are a little bit harder to use versus just this little picker-upper tool. It would probably help if I did have nails though, because I'm having a tough time sliding off the paper without having nails. But if you were going to recreate this topper, doing it with glitter HTV on the top of that, this would make this portion go way quicker. I'm just saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! Oh. It's getting hot, my craft room. Oh, the other thing too, since we're here anyways, put in your, if you're making this cake topper or made a cake topper with me, make sure and heat up your hot glue gun. You want to make sure and get that hot glue gun nice and heated up because we're going to use it when, you know, when we get done getting all of our leopard spots into our letters. You ever regret decisions that you make because you're like, oh, it's going to look really cute. And then you're like, woof, it's taking forever. That was me the other day, last week, when I made my French backdrop for my daughter's graduation party. And now I'm here again, like, oh my gosh, this looks like the greatest cake topper idea ever. And now I'm like, whoa, this took a long time to make. Where'd my extra dog go? Right there. But I think that this is worth every single bit of time I've taken on this. I think this looks fabulous. So here I am complaining about how much time this taken, but you know what? The end results, I feel like it's worth it. You know what I mean? This H needs another dot right here. It looks a little naked, so I'm going to add in, whoop, I'm going to add in another small, super small dot. There you go. That small little dot. That backdrop is gorgeous and looks freaking amazing. It does. It absolutely looks so good. And since we're here, my daughter's best friend, she doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so I'll be able to tell you this. But I created like a really large cutout of my daughter for her graduation party to add to the backdrop, like to, you know, the whole, you know, create a really cute backdrop scenery. I'm doing one for my daughter's best friend too. So she doesn't know it, but the graduation party will be to celebrate her too, because she's graduating too. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what she thinks of it. Oop, moving things around with my clunky fingers. My arthritis in my fingers, it's starting to really be painful. A little bit more tedious than I thought it was going to be, but holy cow, the end results of this makes it all worth it. Oop. Oh yeah, look at that. I only have 3 more letters left to do. Oh my goodness. The end is near. The end is near. Oh yeah. And then the rest of it's going to go really quick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Y'all, could we have not created such a cuter, like, this is adorable. Absolutely adorable. I think it's hilarious. I've complained my way through this entire thing. And I'm like, I'll do it again. I'll make another one. I'm not even done. I'll make another one. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're almost done, and I just am obsessed. I am obsessed with this. Let's put that right there. Oh! I picked it up on accident with my picker-upper tool. Come on! Where'd you go? Doo-doo-doo. Okay, I lost that one little bit. Oh, is it? It's right here. All is well. Don't worry. It almost done. Okay, so are we happy with this? Do we like this cake topper? We haven't put Sandy's name in there, but like, oh, I think I need to add just like a small little dupe right here on this H. This is me being nitpicky. This is the problem with me, is that I can never just be satisfied with it being good. So I'm asking you for your opinions, and I've already determined I need to add something else into it. But you let me know. You let me know if this is good. I feel like it looks good. Does it look good? Customers don't realize how much work goes into it. I know there's so much work that goes into it, but like, hello, this is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I think I'm going to commit to it. So now that I have happy birthday already done and looking good, all we have to do now is glue on Sandy's name. So I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm going to do a bit of glue on the back of Sandy's name. I did not use any foam tape or anything like that for this project. You could have, for like Sandy's name, to like make it pop even more, you could totally use foam tape. But, you know, I'm just going to do it like this. This will be all right. Just like this, you know? Okay. Same kind of concept that we did earlier with pressing down the outline of our letters. Clean hands. You want to make sure that you have clean hands, and then we are just going to press down onto our letters. You want to make sure that every single time you press, you want to wipe your hand off. The reason why I'm wiping my hand off is if there is any glue that is like coming out and it gets on the back of your hands, you don't want to like have the wet glue here move over and push it on there, because you're going to move your glue and it's going to look funky monkey. You don't want it to look like that. We worked really hard on this. We don't want funky monkey letters. Okay, so look at this. And the real question is going to be for Sandy. Are you happy with this, Sandy? Do you love this cake topper? You have to let me know, because this is your cake topper. If you don't like it, you got to tell me now. Okay. So at this point, we are almost done. What you want to do now is affix your cake topper to a stick. Now, if we did not cut this, remember what I told you earlier about just trusting the process. We want to duplicate and mirror your backer. The reason for that is we are going to glue the cake topper stick to the back of this cake topper. When we do that, this right here, you're going to see the glue, you're going to see the back, you're going to see, like, you can see right here, the back of my mat, like the stickiness of my mat is like, that's there, and that's gross. That's not cute, right? So instead, what we need to do is we're going to take this and we're going to flip this around. So you can see on this portion, like there is like some nastiness from the mat, like back of the mat. Sandy, generally I don't tell people this that are receiving this cake topper, but this is why we do this, is because we hide the ugly. because we have nastiness on the back of here. If we were to have not mirrored this, you would just glue this on top of this. Yes, you would hide the stick, the glue and the stick and stuff like that. But if we turn this around, you're going to see like the ugly from the mat, like the hiccups in the paper from being stuck to the mat. My mat was dirty, so there's like this small, you know, like nastiness. That's gross. We don't want that. So what I do is I always mirror and I always duplicate and then mirror, because now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and I'm going to put a bead of hot glue. You want to use hot glue for this. It's the only time I use hot glue for any cake toppers. And I'm just going to use a clear acrylic cake sticks. I do make and sell these on the Cardstock shop. So if you wanted to, you know, find the clear acrylic cake sticks, that's like a tongue twister. But you get what I'm saying. You can get them in the Cardstock warehouse. But we're just going to put it like that. Okay. And I always eyeball the middle of my cake toppers, and I put it in an area where you're not going to see a whole lot of the stick, because I kind of want it to look like when you put it down, I want it to look like it is floating. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my regular glue, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to cover the entire backer, just like what we did earlier with the happy birthday, but we're going to go even into Sandy's name. And, okay. Now that we have that done, what I'm going to do, and this is where you have to work fast. I moved glue onto my table, so I wanted to dry that up. You want to move fast at this point. Now what you want to do is you have regular precision craft glue covered everywhere, right? You want to take your hot glue gun and you're going to put glue only on the top of your cake stick. And then to avoid those like weird strings of your hot glue, I always just put my end onto my cake topper and I slide, and then I do this. And that just kind of breaks up those strings, those like weird strings. They're not cute, so you want to make sure we don't have them. Okay, now what you want to do is taking your cake topper, I'm going to go to the far right. I'm also not going to put my cake topper to my hot glue. And this is why we have to move fast, because hot glue does dry fast. You want to line up your far right with your letters as best as possible. And then we are just going to lay in our cake topper, and then we're going to press on our stick. When you do that, you know, oh, why do I have glue everywhere? I do. I have glue right there, but I just wiped it off. We're good to go. Okay, so now you're going to see that we don't have any glue anywhere and everything's lined up. You had to move really fast for that. But look at that. Finished cake topper. And the back. The back is cute. The back has glitter cardstock. It is plain. Yes, that's fine. But as long as the back doesn't have any ugly to it. You know what I mean? All the, like the hiccups from the mat and the stickiness from the mat and any type of weird residue, it's all sandwiched in between here. So when your customers, like if you make this for somebody to sell, your customers think this is perfection. Although you know that in between our sandwich, we had some nastiness. We had some ugly from our mat. So you always want to just, you know, doesn't have to look amazing on the back, but just definitely hide the ugly. But there you have it. Look at all that. We did this. We made this together. Isn't this so stinking cute? I love it. And this was worth every bit of time. All those letters turned out absolutely amazing. So stinking cute. All right, y'all. I have to get going now. I sure hope that you had so much fun creating with me. And just a reminder, all 7 glitter cardstocks, brand new cardstocks. We have hot pink, neon orange, neon yellow, lime green, bright blue, grape purple, and then we also have the magenta. They're all listed on the Cardstock shop. That's going to be found in the description of the video, the link to this. Also, all cardstock, plain, glitter, and specialty are all on sale for $5 a pack. So you want to make sure and swoop those up before the sale ends, and the sale ends on Sunday. But I am so happy with this. Didn't this just turn out so stinking cute? All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you later.